Hi, I'm Michelle Brain, and I am the Midwife Hypnotist. Good choices. What are good choices? How do we know what a good choice is? Well, if we're talking about smoking, we can look and see people in the future. So, if you're 19, 20, smoking cigarettes, I know that I work with a group of people that all smoke in their work environment because it's something to do. They roll a packet of cigarettes, they roll their cigarettes and they pass them around. They sit there, they talk, and they smoke these cigarettes. But none of them are real smokers. In fact, quite a lot of them have never touched a cigarette at all until they started working for this particular company or this area. But now they all have these pouches of tobacco. So maybe let's just stop and have a look. Now, in the same environment, you can look at people in 10 years, in 20 years, 30 years, and sometimes in 50 years, and you can look at where that leads. And I know the environment I'm talking about, there's a particular guy there that's in his 70s who still rolls his cigarettes. And you can look at him and you can see the trauma that he's been put through. You can see his medical history and the cancer that he's had cut out of him. You can see the wrinkles on his face, the colour of his skin, and the size of his body. And you can see the detriment that smoking has had on that man. Now, you don't have to go too far to see that. You can see somebody who's in their 40s and the lines that start to creep into their face. And by 50, you can definitely see, in fact, I feel that you can look at somebody in their 50s and tell if they've been a smoker for a certain amount of years, simply by the aging process and those deep, deep wrinkles. So is it a good choice? Well, sometimes you only have to look in front of you to see, is it a good choice? And whether that comes with smoking marijuana and looking at the long-term effects and looking at the people that have smoked marijuana all their lives and the problems and the mental health issues that they have, or the lack of money, because the money always goes on to the dope. We can look and make choices when we can see where some of these things end up, including eating unhealthy food. And once again, you can see, I know as a nurse, I see it all the time, that people that are in their 50s, 55, in fact, mostly under 55, because I know when I'm working, I look at these people and think, my goodness me, they're younger than me, but they have all these health issues. They're overweight, they're diabetic. They often have smoked all their life as well. So they're having lung issues. They've had cancer. They have so many health issues. And it amazes me every time I speak to these people and then they tell me how old they are. So you don't have to go too far to know whether a choice is a good choice or not. Simply look around you and look at what you're doing and have a look at the consequences of your long-term actions. And then make a good choice. Check out my website, michellebrain.com.